What up, motherfuckers? I'm back. This time on YouTube. I did my shit for Twitch today. Well, earlier, like an hour ago, I had to go eat something real quick because my stomach was going crazy. Well, not going crazy, but I felt like I had no energy. And when you're in pain, the fuck you shooting at me for, motherfucker? Oh, did I kill him? I don't even remember it. Whoops. Oh, you're a male. You have no excuse. So yeah, I was just making a point earlier when I was streaming, because fucking tires broke. Because honestly, what Asmund Gold said to get him banned was like kind of the gayest shit I think I've ever seen. I mean, I haven't really watched any videos kind of like going into deep detail about it, but from the gist of shit, I can, at least I think he got in trouble for saying that, yeah, I'm not going to discriminate against the invaders. I'm going to shoot any invader because they're fucking invaders. So, yeah, he got banned on Twitch for that. So I went on Twitch today to pretty much prove, yeah, nobodies can say whatever they want. It's only popular, influential, right-wing people who get banned. Not even Hassan gets banned for cheering on 9/11, saying we deserved it, and then saying he'd rather white women get raped instead of minorities. He said specifically WASP, where, in his retard analogy, I mean, not analogy, what is it called? Acronym, the W in WASP stands for white. Unless I'm crazy, people like Asmongold, people like me, we don't bring race up too much. We bring up behaviors that we don't like, aka third world, no self-control, invader behavior. There's never a race said. And I've mentioned this before on Twitter to retards, but it seems that people love to just forget it. But everything that he said has been on behavior. You know, put down violent retards, put down violent third worlders. And third worldism is a behavior. It's lack of self-control, lack of human civility, and lack of basic morals. Which, ding, 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 of course it's a third worlder. Does a third worlder have a specific race? No. America's got a handful of third worlders who are American born. It doesn't mean they don't act like a third worlder. It just means that, we happen to develop a third worlder here in the first world. That doesn't mean we should bring a bunch of buddies for him to feel more comfortable as being a third world retard. So yeah, 1000%. Invaders, you take them out. I mean, like I said on Twitch, if I was president, as soon as that invasion happened of Sweden, I would have made laws protecting Americans from protecting the border. Where if some retarded third worlder came to try to invade and then started trying to break into someone's house and steal their shit or something from a store, absolutely shoot them. I don't care if it's a kid. I don't care if it's a pregnant woman. It's a third worlder. It's not human, pretty much. It's look at the behavior. Again, notice, never mention race. Race isn't a factor. Race has nothing to do with it. It's behavior. Now, culture does have something to do with it. I mean, why would we want to bring a failed culture who developed a shithole nation? Why would you want to have a bunch of those idiots come here? So yeah, I fully support those Moroccan idiots. They should have been. I mean, there's definitely going to be another wave. I mean, they literally incentivized them. They didn't shoot the violent retards trying to kill their own civilians. So they're just telling anybody, hey, come here, we won't do shit. And We're not having that in America. I'll never, ever root for anything that'll turn America into the third world. Been there, done that. At least America has. It's what happened when we were kind of like first a nation. You know, we had to kind of deal with just straight up criminal savages, aka those crazy cowboy outlaws who were the third worlders of that time period. They had no self control, they were lawless, they weren't civilized. And what did we do with them? We have stories of us taking out those outlaws. So, what's the difference between an outlaw trying to destroy peace, order, and some stupid third worlder who invades doing that? At least that outlaw was an American citizen. The people you want to bring over are fucking retards. They don't understand basic rules. They don't understand basic laws. They don't have self control. And I would be way nicer if it was only a couple of bad eggs who get reamed by the rest of their people for acting like absolute animals, but no, they help cover shit up. They might not be the ones committing the acts, but they're the ones helping to cover up the acts. So yeah, they're just as bad. Are you kidding me? They're worse. So yeah, I don't care. You're a leech, you need to go. I don't give a fuck. If you're trying to invade, I would have laws that make it impossible for some libtard run city government arresting someone who tried to kill someone who was trying to break into their house and invade the United States. Sorry, I don't feel bad for them. Shouldn't have brought a kid. That was your stupid idea. Guess your bloodline ends here. And guess what? The world is better for it. I mean, do you really want in your country people retarded enough to bring children to invade a country? No. I also don't want people too stupid to get an ID to vote. I mean, look how much debt America has as a whole. You can get $50 to get an ID, no matter how fucking poor you are, especially if you're sucking off the teat of America. That's easy. You get $50 without even really trying to get an ID. So if you can't put in any amount of work to do that, don't vote. Your opinion obviously isn't important. You don't think it's important since you're not doing the basic thing, the basic necessity. I mean, do you know how many people I have spoken to who don't have an ID? I can count on one hand. And two of those was me when I lost my ID. I ended up having to get a new one. So, no, I'm not buying that. What? These people are too stupid to somehow get an ID, but they can still somehow get an iPhone and be fat and poor? Are you kidding me? I mean, if I was the president, I would make IDs free. I mean, that would be a no-brainer. Then I would love to hear what other excuse these libtards use to try to deny voter ID laws. This is just a quick PSA because I already did like 2 hours on Twitch, so this is going to be a quick one. I just wanted to talk about that stupidity because, you know, it's fucking retarded. And I'm going to continue saying that because I 100% agree with Asman. Obviously, that's the logical option. Because the other option is incentivizing a bunch of retards to just keep invading. If there's no, I know I wouldn't want to go to a country, invade a country, especially not with family, if I knew that they're going to open fire on me. Unless you guys think these people are so stupid that they still won't stop invading even if we do shoot at them, which in that case, I mean, that's just Darwinism. That's just the law of the land. That's just nature taking course. Nobody's illegal on stolen land. It's not stolen, it's conquered. You want to know the difference? We were stronger than who had it before, thus, we took it. I mean, they also sold us a bunch of land too, but no, I'm not going to feel bad that whoever was in America first didn't develop as quickly as people in England and Europe did, and then they were crushed after they started, what, coming after settlers? No, it's always the savages that overreact and then want you to feel bad for them, but no, they're savages. I mean, they would still be dancing, singing around open fires if we didn't come to America. America wouldn't be anything. America wouldn't even, I don't even know what it would be called. The United Tribes? The United Tribes of Third World? I don't know. Like, they were more advanced and they destroyed you. You didn't want peace talks. You didn't want to hear, you didn't want to, become civilized. You didn't want to become better people. You just wanted to keep on being tribal. And because you couldn't advance, you got your asses beat. Sorry, but I'm not going to cry over some lifelong hunter who doesn't have the ability to actually do anything but leech off of others. So yeah, if you can't develop quick enough, then you don't deserve the land that you got. I mean, it's as simple as that. And now that we conquered it, we sure as hell are not giving it back to anybody. Fuck you. Why would we build something up for so long just to give it to a bunch of third worlders? Are you kidding me? That's like Picasso making an absolute masterpiece and having to fork it over to some African wannabe warlord. And if he doesn't, he's a racist scumbag. Fuck you. All this liberal, over emotional bullshit. God, it's so gay. I mean, that's why I said repealing the 19th is the easiest way to get as many emotional retards away from the voting rolls as possible. Yeah, women, guess what? You're emotional bitches. Sorry. True. Most of the things you guys make decisions about are based on emotional um, reasoning, nothing logical. If you guys could think logically, you wouldn't be getting yourself shot trying to protect a bunch of third world rapists. I mean, if you couldn't learn from good, then you guys just can't learn. And that should be your problem, not ours. And secondly, white people, y'all need to get your dignity back. For the love of God. Yes, there was slavery in America, just like there was everywhere the fuck else. But you know where everywhere else didn't do? They didn't go and abolish it. They didn't go to destroy the slave trade. There's actually places that still practice slavery today. But you would never know that by the way these libtards are fucking bitching about anything that happens in America, calling it racist. I mean, if you want to complain, go speak to an African warlord. They're the ones who sold you to us. The fuck? Obviously, y'all were overtaken by the other group of Africans because you were sold by them. And if we didn't buy you, I mean, you just would have went somewhere else. It's not like you're either an American slave or you're free to live your life. You're either an American slave or you're pretty much, I mean, if you're weak, you would get executed, but that was black people doing that to other black people. If Americans and Europeans didn't buy slaves, they just would have went somewhere else. I mean, what is so hard to understand about that? America didn't just, land here with a bunch of nets and just caught a bunch of black people. They were sold to us. So they were products before we even had any hand in buying or selling them. And they were enslaved by their own people. So, yeah, there's no kumbaya in Africa. The racism in places like that make what these libtards call racism in America look like just a slight insult. If you ever seen real African racism, it would make a grand wizard piss his pants. So stop all this reparation bullshit. No, you don't deserve reparations. Go talk to Africa if you want something. They're the ones who sold you. We just bought you. So on top of paying the price to have you live here now, and not to forget the amount of benefits that the black homes take in, they should owe us money. Do you not know how math works? Black homes in America and just SNAP benefits alone pocket $34 billion a year. And that was back in 2022. So don't come here talking about all this slavery bullshit, how, oh, if only we just had some money, we would have. No. You know what proves that wrong? The fucking Africans we gave money to with USAID. You know what happened? Their unemployment and way of life their unemployment skyrocketed after we started giving them money, but also their way of life just completely took a skyrocket down. I don't know what the fuck you'd call that, descent. So, yeah, money is not going to help a cultural issue. Money is just going to exacerbate the issue. So no, you don't deserve any money now. Not you or your useless children or whatever the fuck. Because for a while we've lived in a world where your success and failures are pretty much on your own shoulders. There's nothing a white person can do in America that a black person can't. And there's nothing a white straight man can do in America that a woman can't. Any other race of people. Why? Because we don't have any rules or laws limited that focus on race. All we care about is character. I don't give a fuck what color you are. Can you be civil? Do you have a modicum of common sense? Are you able to speak in terms of reality instead of all this lying bullshit propaganda? Like, if the answer is no, money's not going to help that. So yeah, if America did ever give reparations to black people, it should have been within 5 years after slavery ended. That's when they could have used it. Now you're just giving failures money for being failures. Because Obama's daughters don't need that. Tyler Perry's kids don't need that. Other very well-off black families don't need that. So tell me then, why do you guys think you deserve it? Just because you couldn't do anything with your life after slavery and all that ended? You know how many other groups of people were redlined like black people? I could tell you what, their crime statistics look nothing like black crime statistics. So there goes your redline excuse. You can't blame that if other races had the same shit happen to them, yet they're not as terrible as you. So tell me, what else do you think would be the culprit if it's not anything that white people did? Use that one brain cell you have in your democratic brain, in your Democrat brain, to come up with an answer. But you can't. Because your brains don't work off of logic or thinking. You're the type of person who would eat breakfast, but if I asked you, imagine how you would feel if you didn't eat breakfast. You would be the kind of person that said, yeah, but I did eat breakfast. Meaning you can't comprehend of how you can't even think about how you would feel if you didn't have breakfast because you've had like how can you not know? Obviously, you would be sluggish. You would have a mental fog. You wouldn't be able to you wouldn't have the energy to want to do anything, let alone actually do it. That's how you would feel. You wouldn't want to do anything. You'd pretty much just want to go back to sleep because there's no nutrients, nothing in your system. Duh. I'm pretty sure fifth graders could tell you that. So, get your dignity back, for the love of God. Anytime I hear a white person say you can't be racist to white people, it just makes me sick. As a Hispanic, I'm like, dude, come on. You don't have to be so cucked even now. Like, fuck them. They want to bitch and complain, whine and cry, then just ignore them. I mean, nothing they say has any bearing on reality. It's like basically a dog bark, like a random dog barking. That's how I treat their stupid comments. Fuck them. Why am I gonna feel bad that some retard insulted me? It's like having a kid with super downs call me an idiot. Like, what the fuck do I care what he says? Dude's double down. Dude is downs to the second power. He can't even think his way out of a cardboard box. What do I care what he thinks? So yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about most Democrats. Anything they say is bullshit. All they want to do is let a bunch of foreigners have what white people, some sort of vengeance. They basically just want to make white people the lowest of the low. They want to get back at them. It's literally just about revenge. And the funniest part is those people who cry about white people being the most evil people, they're the same ones getting their backs broken on a daily basis by that same white devil. I mean, just look at AOC and look at Elhan Brotherfucker Omar. For people who think white people are absolute evil devils, they sure like getting cracked by them. They sure like spreading their hoochie legs open for them. So, I mean, just off that alone, you could tell they don't believe anything they're actually talking about. Why would they date their white oppressors and let them fuck them? They wouldn't. If they believed even half of the shit that they say, they wouldn't. Not even for a fucking second. So don't let some dumb bitch like AOC or Ilhan Omar try to make you feel guilty. No. Third worlders have no right to America. You have the right to get the fuck out. That's pretty much all I have to say. It's very simple. This land's not stolen, it's conquered. We have not only the military, but the money to enforce our laws and prevent people from overtaking us. So guess what? What's ours is ours. You could keep bitching about it, crying, or you can think, why were they able to take it in the first place? Maybe they were more advanced than them. Maybe they had better technology. Maybe they had better hygiene. I don't know. But stolen, no. You can't steal something from a retard who can't hold it. I mean, you can in America because thanks to us conquering the land, those are the rules we made. You're welcome. I mean, I'm not even white. I'm Hispanic as fuck. But anytime I see a white person talk so much shit about their own race, trying to talk up these thugs who cry about reparations when No amount of money can fix the kind of failure you are. Maybe for a couple of days you can live like you're not a failure, but you're going to be that same failure eventually. I mean, it's not going to be, Tyler Perry type money. It's not going to be Eminem type money.
Excuse me, my car!
It's going to be enough money to maybe be stupid for a week and then you're right back where you started. So, no, money is not going to fix this. Improving our voter pool, getting rid of those emotional voters by repealing the 19th, and then obvious deportations. Duh. Getting rid of all those dumbasses sucking the teeth that we could be giving shit to actual Americans. The money we would save by deporting all those retards is what I would put into inner city schools, keeping them safe and keeping people from stealing shit from them. That way, they can be taught at the same level as they are anywhere else in the country. We need a federalized curriculum. And in addition to that, we just need overall standards. We easily have enough money to have our own security system for inner city schools. I mean, just look how much those fucking Somalis stole. Of course we have enough money. I mean, just imagine if we had all the money they didn't steal. I mean, imagine if we had all the money they stole. We'd be able to have inner city security today. But no, it's those third worlders who think they're entitled to something, and then even when they somehow get here legally, they still fuck us. So, we don't want none of yous. I mean, if I was president, I would completely ban immigration to America from any of those third world shitholes. Holy shit. No refugees, no nothing. If you need refuge, you go to the closest place to where your shithole is located that will give you safety. You don't go pick to fly to America, you bougie fucking bitch. No. That's not how refugee status works. That's not how being a refugee works. You're not the pickers. You don't get to beg. You get what you get and you don't get upset. We learned that in kindergarten, in music class. And you're telling me your culture hasn't fucking come up with something similar? Get the fuck out. Any country that doesn't have similar rules or abilities of record keeping as we do, we shouldn't let anyone immigrate from there. They have no ways of keeping records. The only way we could find out if the people that they send over are rapists and criminals is once they do rape crimes over here. I'm trying to prevent that. So yeah, getting rid of Haitian protected status, 1 billion% agree with. It's about fucking time, and you didn't go far enough. Birthright citizenship has to be abolished, or you have to make it illegal for any pregnant woman to be allowed in America. That's the only way to stop it from getting worse if we can't retroactively improve. These immigrants, they're tribal. Even if you're black like them, they don't see you as one of them. They'll never vote or do anything in your interest. They're tribal. So, no, they're not going to help America. No, they're not going to lower the crime rates. No, they're not going to help our birth rates. And even if they did, it's just going to fill us with a bunch of retards. AKA, it's going to lower our average IQ. AKA, we'll start having an IQ similar to retard Somalia. So, Twitch banning Asmongold for saying something so common sense while Hassan, the terrorist supporter piker, is allowed to constantly support terrorist actions, defend terrorist actions, and call for the support of American labeled terrorist organizations while also championing communism for Cuba.
We're swapping
You
insurance
pathetic,
agents.
over effeminate Turkish hairy man. The way the world is going, eventually people are not going to like it. We're not going to have a pussy in office anymore. We're going to have someone who says, no, fuck this guy. He's not American. He doesn't deserve American freedoms. He
Bullshit.
deserves the shithole that he champions for. And then they would deport you. That's what a logical country does. They don't cry for deporting illegal rapists. They also don't pardon rapists so they don't get deported, like Tim Waltz did. An immigrant came here illegally, raped a 10-year-old multiple times, and then blamed that 10-year-old for seducing him. Yeah, the child who can't consent seduced an old immigrant man. Are you? Yeah, Tim Waltz, you need to be arrested for treason. It's about time. With the retarded shit you said during all those ICE riots, to the fraud you let occur on your watch, to pardoning a fucking third world retard rapist, you gotta go. You need to be charged for treason and publicly executed. That is the only way that America can heal from your absolute treasonous stupidity. You love the third world so much, go ahead and help them out. They can use all the help they can get. Why? Because their place of residence is an absolute shithole. Why do you think they're coming here and destroying this place? I mean, they're not even smart enough to know that, yeah, we're running from this shit culture, this shit place, yet they're still trying to turn America into that same shit place. Like, are you, like, does your IQ go above 20? Why would you change a free place into the same place you fled? That makes no sense. And this is why they shouldn't be allowed over here. Sorry, but my empathy is in the negatives right now. Because too many Americans are being killed by these fucking retards. I don't care about them. I don't care about those fucking retards. They deserve everything they get in their third world ass country. Them and their subpar education, knowledge, advancement. Like, it's not like we had Google back then, and it's not like we cheated to advance and shit. We just fucking did it. And because we did it, we were able to develop a successful nation. Multiple Western nations, actually. First world nations. What do you guys have? Trash piles that you call countries. Places where trash and chickens outnumber the people. Where people are just killing people. Where there's basically anarchy. Yeah, please. Please, liberal retard. Please denounce your citizenship and go to those places. I dare you. But you know they won't, because even people who are rich like Hassan, who have the ability to escape evil America, don't. Why? Because they know they got it way too fucking good here. They couldn't get away with the shit that they say about America in another fucking country. You say that there, you get executed. They find you in a ditch in a few months. You don't get a trial. No, they're a third world. They don't have government. They don't have basic structures like we do. They don't have checks, balances, or anything like that. They have what we say goes or you die. That doesn't leave a lot of room for free speech, free thoughts. But that's apparently how they want to live, so let them. Please, please, Trump, I beg you. I'll start praying if I have to, even though I'm not religious in the slightest. Please, just give these people what they want. let them go to those third world countries. If you hear that they left the country, I would have all of these retards on a list, and as soon as I see that their passport, um, ding that they left the country, I would immediately send reports over to that country, letting them know that they have no way of coming back. We will not accept them, and we'll let them stay. Let them figure it out.
I just want
I mean, they hate America so much they literally talk about destroying it. So no, I don't want them in America. The fuck, am I retarded? No. I know that I don't want treasonous scumbags still in America when all they do is talk shit. Go fuck yourself with a street light because I'm not listening to your bullshit anymore. If you can't put your money where your mouth is and actually go to those third worlds and then prove that they're better than America, then you're just full of hot air. You're just a retard spitting lies. Why? Because you hate America? The same place that's letting you flourish as much as you are? Like America is the best place to be black, to be gay, to be trans, all three of them. And you know how I know? Because any of the trans people who go to those third world countries, they end up realizing, the people here will fucking kill us. I mean, yeah, I get misgendered back in America, but these people think gay people should be hung. So don't also stand there and tell me that America is a piece of shit and we should be more like these other places who want the gays and trans dead. What, someone misgendered you? Cry me a fucking river. If you were in that third world country, you would have been dead a long fucking time ago. But instead of being grateful, they're just assholes. So, I don't care. Let them live with the choices they make. If they want to get rid of their American citizenship, if they want to flee, claim that they're refugees to go to a different country, perfect. Thank God. That's one less retard in America. And most of the retards that do leave, I gotta say, I don't think their survival rate would be that good. Because these places are violent. People don't have self-control. When they say, yeah, I'm gonna stab you, or yeah, I'm gonna come murder you, they're gonna fucking do it. They're gonna chase you down the street with a knife, and they're going to do it. Why? Because for the crime of being gay, where in America there's no such crime. We just hate annoying ass gays and trans people that want to play in men who want to play in women's sports, bullshit like that. Like, no, you're a dude. Just because you cut your dick off and you started wearing dresses doesn't mean your chromosomes changed. When you die and you're dug up, um, 100 years in the future by aliens, they're not going to say, "Oh, well, I can tell by this that this was a they them." No, they're going to say, "Oh, yeah, a male species." That's why I really, 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 really wish that America would just stop being fucking retarded and just go back to those do chromosome tests. The fucking trannies lie all the time. They lie through their teeth. But their chromosomes can't lie. Yeah, man's not a woman. Sorry, but I could chop off my dick, get a vagina put in, and I still won't be able to have a child naturally. Why? Because I'm a dude. I have seminal vesicles. I have sperm. I don't have what women have. I don't have fallopian tubes. I don't have um that wall that they talk about. Uterine lining, whatever. Uterus, that's what it is. I don't have a uterus. Why? Because I'm a guy. No amount of clothing, no amount of crying about pronouns is going to change that fact. So the quicker we just put those people in insane asylums and ignore them, the sooner we can get back to common sense. Like, who gives a fuck about your pronouns? There's terrorists who are trying to develop nuclear weapons. Sorry, but they take priority. We need to kill them. Sorry you're offended you can't go into a woman's bathroom. Oh, fucking well. Would you rather get taken over by a nation that would rather you be dead? Would you rather the Muslims come, invade, take over, place in Sharia law, and have all of you publicly executed for the crime of being gay? Then shut the fuck up. I'm sick and tired of these fucking people. All they can do is bitch and complain, cry racism. I would love to see you handle one of those third worlds. I know we have the best country in the world. That's why I'm not complaining. That's why I'm not saying, oh, we suck. We need to do things more like this. The only thing I say about that is education, and that's because our education fucking sucks. All we can turn out are fucking radicals and retards. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We need to tear down our education system, and we need to get Japanesey with it. For the sole reason, the Japanese are absolutely smart. They focus on honor, education, and family. You know, somebody isn't going to, a Japanese kid isn't going to kill himself because someone misgendered him. He's going to kill himself. He's going to kill himself because he failed the semester and it looks bad on his parents. So, based on the honor system in Japanese culture, he'd rather commit seppuku than further destroy his family name.
Doc wants to put me on antidepressant meds. That just
Yeah.
depresses me.
Don't even go there.
I mean, I'm on some SSRIs. I've been taking I mean, I was a Democrat. I'm still on those medications. I mean, I've been trying to. I mean, some of them I've cut in half the dose because I'm trying to completely wean off of it because, yeah, I was fat and disgusting. Yeah, I was a lazy sack of shit. Yeah, I did blame everybody for my misfortune. Yeah, I always felt like a victim. Yeah, I blamed everybody but myself.
Tell Mal's having a party later.
But the second that I realized, you know what? Everything that's been said about me is true, then instead of focusing on defending myself, I actually started changing my behavior. Weird, right? Yeah. So, no, I don't want third worlders. Yes, I think if there's a violent invasion like there was in Sweden, yes, shoot them. Kill the men, women, children, pregnant. I don't care. They shouldn't be here in the first place. They could have survived by just staying in their country. They chose not to, and they're going to pay for their dumbass decision. Guess what? I bet if they survive and they have another child, they're not going to try to come back. Not with them. So yeah, don't give a fuck. White people, stop blaming yourselves. Don't listen to the fucking bullshit they say. No, you shouldn't feel guilty. No, your culture isn't evil. No, you're not evil. You're just born into a race of people who did a little bit of trolling. And by trolling, I mean some of the most disgusting things in human history. However, everyone fucking did it. It's not like white people just went land to land just taking brown people. Anyone who's not white, they just stole. No, they went and bought them from other like raced people. I mean, similar raced people. You see, these people, if they were invaders, they wouldn't be able to invade again. He wouldn't be able to try to break into someone's house and rape someone. Neither would he. Why? Because they're taken care of. So yeah, no empathy. White people, come on. Quit being little baby cucks. Quit thinking your race is evil. You're not. I mean, y'all just were able to advance quicker than them, so you were able to take advantage of their stupidity. I mean, as I said before, if black people want to yell at someone or get reparations from someone, get it from an African warlord. Go to Ancestry.com, figure out what country you were born in, and go find the leader of that country and tell him your family was sold into slavery hundreds of years ago. And you want reparations for selling you to America. Because I don't give a fuck. You don't deserve money. You don't deserve jack shit. You've been getting too much. And y'all have been wanting to cry racism anytime you do something bad or someone of your ethnicity does something bad. Well, guess what? When a Hispanic person does something evil, like kill an innocent kid after being told to leave a tent 15 times, if he ended up stabbing and murdering a kid after that, I would have no problem denouncing him, calling him an absolute third world piece of shit who only deserves to be publicly executed. No, Carmelo Anthony should not have gotten 35 years. He should have gotten the death penalty. They should have let, even though he wouldn't because he's a Christian and he actually did care about the well-being of Carmelo Anthony even after Carmelo killed his child. When he would reference him, he said that poor kid was left all alone after they found him guilty. He has an over-emotional heart, something I'm not burdened with. Carmelo, you had no self-control. You brought a knife to a game. Who brings a knife? A thug who wants to act tough, who wants to do something retarded. So no, I don't feel bad for Carmelo having to spend 35 years in prison. I wish he was publicly executed. I wish we made an example of that retard. Because people like him don't change. They have no self-control. How can you think a kid who goes right into stabbing before speaking? I mean, use your goddamn brain. Whatever IQ points you have, whatever few brain cells are still jiggling up there, just use them. Just fucking understand how retarded you are. I mean, all those black people who were saying, "Oh, Carmelo was innocent. Oh no, he was," and said all those lies. Like, all you're doing are making yourselves look even dumber. Because normal people aren't believing that bullshit. Are you kidding me? Only your fucking retard other followers are gonna believe that bullshit. So as a whole, you guys just look so much worse. Because every other culture doesn't seem to have an issue with, well, except Arabs. Well, Muslim. Except those motherfuckers. And not all of them, but some. Most. We have no problem denouncing people who do shit. Who do absolute evil. We don't make excuses for them. We understand they're evil. We understand they're no benefit to society. So why spend any resources on them? Either make them do forced labor or just kill them. Either way, both, you're saving money because you don't have to pay for some piece of shit. And think about what the other family is going to have to go through when he's eligible for parole in 17 years. Yeah, Austin isn't going to come back in 17 years, so why the fuck should your retarded son get the chance to live life in 17 years? Nah, he should be dead. And all your boohoo, whining and crying just makes you look like the retard you're afraid people are going to see you as. So you cry racism to try to change the subject, but um, some white people are actually taking my advice. Well, not my advice because I haven't been thinking this for a while, but are doing things. They're starting to not give a fuck when obviously people in the wrong are calling logical people racist for just seeing what happened. Like, that's not how you're going to get a bunch of people to your retard side. Not by calling them racist if they don't agree with every aspect of what you're saying. That's not how you build a country. That's not how you build anything. That's how you destroy it. That's how you stop yourself from succeeding. So, by all means, these retard ass socialists, Democrats, black supremacists keep doing retard shenanigans. Keep on hitting those stupid talking points y'all got because all it's going to do is make the normal voter realize, holy shit, I need to vote completely opposite of whatever group supports these retards. And you see that with how these socialists somehow win a primary and then get destroyed by the Republican opponent. Why? Because in the public, the fucking Democrats are all insane, so they're going to go for the most extreme candidate possible, aka a guy who's a third worlder who says, I want John Fetterman's head on a pike. You know what's hilarious about that? His primary opponent had a way better chance against the Republican. But do Democrats care? No. They don't give a fuck. They want their most extreme candidate to do their most extreme bullshit to try to destroy America. They don't care about people. They don't care about the party. If they did, they would do the best thing to make sure that the Republican had the hardest chance of winning. Not almost ensure that they do by voting for one of these socialists, because socialists and these extreme people, they just don't resonate with the moderates, the people who aren't completely looking at news and politics every day. Your everyday mom and pop. They don't want people who say they want to completely abolish prisons. What the fuck? What's going to happen? Who's going to protect us from the criminal scum, the retards who don't have any civility or self-control? How are they going to be safe? Because with no prisons, that just means they're going to be free to keep murdering, keep doing crimes. So of course a moderate's not going to want that. Get rid of Homeland Security? Are you kidding? Getting rid of the agency in charge of securing our homeland. Those freedoms you enjoy. All the bitching you enjoy doing after you get your expensive ass Starbucks coffee. All of that. You wouldn't have that if we didn't have the kind of defenses we did to keep the American dream alive and free. We would be like Somalia, barely able to be a country. Where rape was only recently made illegal. I mean, there's no way you can ever let an immigrant from a country that allows child marriage into your country, or all of your elementary schools just become targets. They become, wife hunting places. I don't want fucking weirdos coming to my kid's school trying to date and rape them. Are you kidding me? I want my kid learning about math, science, logic, things of that nature, not pronouns. Who cares about pronouns? Yeah, I can be nice if someone says, I'm a she, and they're a dude, I can try my best and be polite, but if they're an asshole, I don't give a fuck. Actually, if they show that they have no emotional stability, then making them crash out is actually pretty fun. And since they're the ones crashing out, they'll be the ones arrested. Where that's just putting people where they should be. If you can't be civilized and simple words get you to the point where you're trying to attack or you're calling people Nazis and shit like that, I mean, there's no way you can be productive in society. You're a hindrance to the rest of society. So yeah, I wish I could rule America. I would make this place absolutely a paradise. We would be back to the roaring 20s of prosperity. It'd be like the roaring 20s without the racism and other shit we had back in the 20s, but we'll be prosperous because nobody will care about color because like everybody knows, color has nothing to do with it. I don't care what color you came out of your mom's pussy. How do you act? How are you able to think? Are you logical? Do you think everybody's always lying to you? Do you think you're the only one who can see a pattern that doesn't exist? Are you unable to articulate why you think your points are better than others? Because if you can't do that, you're just a retard. Alright, well, that was my public service for the day, letting people know you're retards. I did this on Twitch, so yeah, now we're on YouTube, ain't bad. Alright, let them motherfuckers remember, be logical. Don't be a third worlder. Bye.